Congressman, I know you spoke to a delegation from Latin America. What did they tell you about this summit?
Well, they told me very directly that it is the direct result of the way that President Biden speaks that is leading people to come to the American border unannounced. This is happening, that the coyotes are going out there and putting up commercials on billboards and on television and in other places saying, you give us a couple $1,000s, we can get you to the American border and you will be let in because of this policy that the president put up, and they're advertising in that way directly.
There are actual ads by the cartels encouraging people, come on in, we'll get you to the border. Actual ads are being run. Is that true?
Actual ads. This is their business model, a multi-billion-dollar business model to take what the administration is saying, whether it be President Biden or Mayorkas, and what they're going to talk about with Title 42 or some sort of immigration policy, and translate that into a commercial that says, see, you can come into America, we'll get you across the border, give us the money to do so. That's how they're making billions.
The president of Mexico snubbed our president, not going to come to the LA summit. What does that tell you about America's standing in the world?
I think it tells us two terrifying things. One, either that those foreign leaders do not see value in meeting with the United States of America and our president, or two, that they believe that our president is directly lying, not truthful, not being sincere about what he's saying. Both of those things should be very troubling coming from foreign leaders.
Treasury Secretary, change the subject for a second here. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, she says the White House is looking to reconsider those tariffs on China. Just watch this for a second. Roll tape, please.
This administration inherited a set of 301 tariffs imposed by the Trump administration that I think really weren't designed to serve our strategic interests. China certainly is, I think, guilty of unfair trade practices, but so I believe some of the tariffs did not serve, really ended up being paid by Americans.
Congressman, what's your opinion? Should we lift those tariffs on China's products coming here?
I don't think we should lift tariffs on China's products coming in, number one. I think you used two words on this, and one is renegotiate and hostage. So they should be renegotiating with America's energy. That's who they'll renegotiate with China and with Saudi Arabia and Venezuela and Iran, but they won't talk to American energy producers. That's the number one place they need to renegotiate with. And number two, they need to realize that there's nothing more dangerous than being a hostage of China, and that's exactly what we will be without tariffs on China.
Tonight, they're going to televise the January the 6th hearings. We've been talking about it quite a bit on the program. I don't think that people in America are talking about January the 6th. I think they're talking about inflation. What say you?
Yeah, Americans are talking about the gas pump in the grocery store and how much more expensive it is to do for everything. And rightfully so, they shouldn't be looking at the January 6 hearings with any sort of credibility. And I tell people it's like this. Imagine you put somebody's head in a guillotine and their head's laying in the basket, and then afterwards you say, well, let's go out there and ask some questions and find out if there was anything wrong that was done. That is the equivalent of what's going on with these January 6 hearings. They did an impeachment before they asked any questions whatsoever. So after somebody's head is in the basket from the guillotine, then they want to go after the fact and try to justify what they did. It is inherently just an obstructed process that should not be taking place.
Congressman Brian Mast, thanks very much for being here.